Hey friends, Sleepy here, and welcome to a new episode in my weekly playlist series. We've made it to Friday, so it's time for me to let you guys know about the games I've been playing during the week, let you guys know my thoughts and opinions on the games, whether I think you guys should check them out or not. Of course, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on the games I shared with you today. Let me know if there's something you liked about them, if there's something you didn't like about them. Tell me about the games you guys are playing, as that gives me ideas of games to check out. And I want to thank everyone who has been sharing the games they play with me each week here, as I love hearing about your guys' games, and it's given me so many ideas of new games to check out and play. And if you have a recommendation, you have a game you think I should play, let me know, as I'm always looking for new games to play and experience, as there's so many games that I have never heard of, or that I never got a chance to play. So I always appreciate your guys' suggestions on games to check out as well. Now this week I've only got one game to share with you guys again, which has kind of been a trend the last few weeks, but it's only been because I've been so busy. And this is for PlayStation 1, and it is one of my favorite games on PlayStation 1, and a favorite of my horror games that I absolutely love, and that is the original Silent Hill 1 here on PlayStation 1. This is a fantastic game. One of the main reasons why I did not have a whole lot of free time to play games this week is because I actually filmed a consoles games collection discussion video discussing about the Silent Hill series and the franchise, and I think it's a video you guys will really enjoy, so be sure to check that out, as that will be released here in the future. But that did eat up a lot of my free time, but I still did manage to pop in and play this game for a few hours this week, and it's one that I really have enjoyed. It's getting cold here. We're now into fall, and it's been a lot more cloudy, and the temperature's dropped, and we're in October now, which is the month for Halloween. So it's a perfect time to play horror games, and I love Silent Hill 1, and I try to play it once a year in around October, and I have beat this game so many times, but it's such a game that is just really fun, and I have an absolute blast. So you play as the character Harry Mason. You're with your daughter Cheryl. You're on your way to the town of Silent Hill to go on vacation. This girl just all of a sudden appears in the road. Harry veers off because he doesn't want to hit her, and he goes off the road and crashes, and then when he awakens, he finds that his daughter Cheryl is missing, and he's now in the town of Silent Hill. It's covered in fog, it's quiet, there's nobody around, and then he finally sees her out in the distance and is trying to track her down, and then of course the game continues from there, and eventually you encounter the different people who are living in Silent Hill, and you'll encounter other people, you'll encounter monsters, and find out that the town is being overrun by monsters and creatures, and it's just a really fun experience, and one that absolutely blew my mind away when I first played it back in '99. My brother and I actually rented it from Blockbuster then, and I've talked about this before in the past, but my brother was really freaked out playing this original Silent Hill game, and so then he passed the controller to me, and then I started playing it and fell in love with the series, and I've loved it ever since. So let's take a look at Silent Hill for PlayStation 1. Alright friends, today we're going to take a look at Silent Hill 1, such a fantastic game in the Silent Hill series, and the first Silent Hill game I ever played back in '99. Let's check it out here. Alright, so here we are in the town of Silent Hill. Now I really love this game. It's actually one of my favorite PlayStation 1 games, and one of my favorite survival horror games, and it was so amazing the first time I got a chance to actually play this game, and that was because my brother was too freaked out to play once it got dark out in this game, because it does have a day and night time, and it was too freaky for him, so he passed me the controller, and ever since I have been in love with this game. I've beat it so many times, but I like to always play it at least once a year in October. As we get closer to Halloween, it's colder outside, and it's the perfect time to play scary games. And I've always loved this game because when this game was released back in '99, there wasn't any other game like this besides Resident Evil. But Resident Evil dealt with zombies and stuff, but there wasn't anything freaky like this. Now, I do want to let you guys know that I am playing this on my PlayStation 2 with component cables, and the game itself, when I switch between the map screen or the inventory screen or the actual gameplay, that they have different resolutions, so my TV will flicker a bit when I change screens, just so you guys are aware of that little issue. And my TV, you'll see it adjusted to it, because this one, just these screens, they can do 720 by 480, and the other ones they can just do by 240. But what I really liked about Silent Hill is how they had these maps that you can find when you start a new area. Like, I'm out here at the beginning of Old Silent Hill, and it shows you all the streets. And then Harry, as you play through the game, he will actually write down clues where you gotta go, what your objectives are. If he finds a safe spot, he'll put a place where you can save. When you open doors that are open, that you are able to open, he'll have a arrow showing that you can go through them. If they're locked, he'll put a red line, meaning you gotta find a key for it. Or if he finds a door he can't get into, he'll put a squiggly mark on there. So I love how the map updates in real time, which is just really cool. Other than the big city maps out here, but when you have the ones inside, when you start going to interior areas, it's really cool. And then I love the fact you got to watch out for the various monsters that are out here in the world. And that radio that I have with me is what makes noise. And there's a bird creature there, but we're gonna go here into a convenience store to scavenge for some supplies, because this is a survival horror game. You know, you want to have the correct supplies on you. And we found a health drink, which this is the game that started it for the whole series, with having health drinks, which heal you somewhat. Then you also have first aid kits that heal you the most. And then they have ampules that really heal you a lot as well. And then, of course, you'll have other various items. You'll find weapons that you'll find throughout the world. There's also be various safe spots in these little notebooks. And then there's one of our first aid kits. So it definitely pays to explore in Silent Hill. You just gotta watch out while you're exploring, though. You know, you will open yourself up to being attacked by monsters. But one of the big things about this, and what I see a lot of new players do when they play Silent Hill, is they want to fight and kill every monster. And that's not what Silent Hill is about. Silent Hill is about picking your battles and running when you need to. Like when you're out here in the city parts, in the town, you know, it's not needed to constantly fight all these monsters, because you'll drain through all your resources if you do. Because you can run, like I'm doing, from the monsters, because you're not in an enclosed area. Now, when you're in actual buildings where you're in an enclosed area, you know, sometimes you're going to be forced to fight. But you don't have to fight everything. There was a bunch of this is actually, you know, running. And what's cool, too, I love about that, and I'll show you guys the menu. Like I said, I'll probably change the, yeah, see how it'll change the resolution here. But, so you'll keep track of your inventory system. It's real basic, which is I really like. Keeps track of you got your health drinks, where your first aid kits are. I have a handgun that you start out with the game. You have a melee weapon, which is your knife. Then you have your flashlight, which is useful, because once it gets dark out, you can't see without the flashlight. However, there's a drawback. Once you have that flashlight on, though, enemies can see you. So if you turn your flashlight off, you can sometimes sneak by enemies without them seeing you. But you can't look at the map or discover any items. And another thing, too, I like is that Harry Mason is just an average Joe guy. He's not like a super soldier. He's just an average person, a dad trying to save his daughter. And so he will feel a little clunky with his controls, and it works perfect because, you know, he's just an average person and he's not a super soldier. So I like that aspect to the game. That using him, you know, his aim isn't the best and his reactions to stuff aren't perfect. It's because he's just an average person. Ooh, we got a dog coming up. This one I'll kill so I can show you the... Ah, little bastard. And then another trick too is when they're down, if they're not dead, you can whack them. But he died, so that's another trick too. You'll know enemies are fully dead when their bodies leave a blood spot. Ah. And if you do get an enemy down, I do recommend you hit the X button, because then you can do a final kick move and you can down them, and then you can save on ammo. And I love the camera angles they have at times in this, and it really leads to the spooky and eeriness of it.
Is it the Cheryl sketchbook? She's at the school.
So now it gave me a clue of where to go. Now I've got to try to make myself way to the school. So I really like this in the game where it gives you clues and stuff of where to go and leads you, but doesn't tell you how to get there. You have to figure that out on your own. And you've got to look for clues. And so now I got my first melee weapon, which is the steel pipe. And you can see my status. I love that they have a picture of Harry there. And when it's dark green, it means you're at full health. And as you take damage, Harry's status will reduce. It'll eventually become like a yellow and an orange and then a bright red. And then that's when you're really low on health, and you'll hear Harry panting more and stuff. And that's how you'll know he's close to dying, and you'll have to take a health drink to recover. The game does have 3 different difficulty settings: easy, normal, hard. I highly recommend playing it on easy if you're going to go through multiple playthroughs like I do, because when you start a new game, it'll then start the next difficulty level, and you start the next one, because there are 5 endings in this game to unlock, which is awesome, including a secret ending. And by unlocking, you know, those endings, you know, you actually can unlock secret weapons in the game. There are some secret ones to get, which is cool. And then you can get only some of the weapons until you go through like a 3rd playthrough. You can eventually get all the secret weapons. And there's quite a few in the game, and there's different criteria to meet to unlock certain stuff. So I really like that there's some secret stuff to unlock in this game, and it pays, you know, to play it again. You know, they encourage you to play it again. And just really fun, a survival horror game that I have loved for a long time. Now, of course, the graphics are going to be dated by today's standards. I mean, you have the in-game cutscenes, you know, the mouths aren't going to move or anything, but, you know, we're talking about an old PlayStation 1 game here from 1999. But a fantastic one. Highly, highly recommend you guys check out Silent Hill 1 if you ever get a chance. Just warn you, though, it has become a very expensive game, sadly, but if you can get it for cheap, or maybe you can play it on an emulator on your computer, or a Raspberry Pi or something, I would definitely recommend checking out. It's a really fun game. Hope you guys enjoyed this look at Silent Hill 1. So that was Silent Hill 1. Fantastic game. Now, of course, it's pretty dated by today's graphics, being an old PS1 game, but it is one that I still enjoy playing to this day, and it's one I would highly recommend for you guys to play and check out. Very awesome. Just be aware, though, that this is a very, very expensive game. Because of the pandemic, Silent Hill games have just shot through the roof. But if you can acquire it for a cheap price, I recommend it. You can also play it on the emulator on the PC. There are some PlayStation emulators on there, and if you can get the ROM for it, you can play it that way. Really fantastic game that I think you guys should play, and you will enjoy it. It's a fantastic game. My second favorite game in the Silent Hill series, right after Silent Hill 2. Great one. I definitely think you guys should check out. But let me know your guys' thoughts on it. I love Silent Hill 1. It was an awesome game, and it's a perfect game to play here in the month of October as it's colder out, and it's, we're getting closer to Halloween. Fantastic game that I definitely think you guys should check out and play. But let me know your guys' thoughts on it. Let me know about the games you guys are currently playing. And if you have a recommendation on a game you think I would enjoy playing, let me know about it, as I'm always looking for new games to play and experience. I want to thank you guys for watching. Take care. You guys have an amazing day. And Sleepy will see ya next time.